tier.
Mm-hmm.
So like basically, if let's just say we did the
Where
master
do you
tier.
see that? D&D Beyond, by the way.
Go on D&D.
There.
If you go to Marketplace,
tools?
subscription.
I'm sorry, yeah, Marketplace, the subscription. So if we did, and we were in the same party, everyone would have access to the player's handbook, and 2 modules that I own. And then if you guys owned anything, you'd be able to share it as well. But here's the thing, like for example, I'm a ancestral guardian barbarian. I would have to go either buy Xanathar's guide, or I would have to go search up Xanathar's guide and purchase the ancestral barbarian path so I can have it on the character sheet.
Right.
Well, and then isn't Amaya's character from something else also?
Yeah, so she would have to either buy the book or buy the character.
Well, they don't sell Unearthed Arcana, and that's what the Horizon Walker is from.
Oh.
No, Horizon Walkers and Xanathars.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
thought
know
you
that they
meant
moved it.
Changeling.
Yeah, the Changeling is in Unearthed Arcana. We made a mistake because we thought that it was officially released, but it wasn't.
The Changeling,
okay.
yeah, it was still unearthed. Although it might be in Wayfinder's Guide, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it's not really that broken though. Like,
no, it's actually a pretty balanced, pretty balanced. Yeah, it's in Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron.
oh, so it did get
yes,
approved?
So it is
Yeah.
official.
Okay.
So yeah,
Just looking at like the bundles they have, there's the source book bundle, which is like $270, and you get all currently released source books, and then a 10% discount on all future source books.
And if you follow Critical Role, or anybody else that they're sponsored by D&D Beyond, usually you can get like another like 10% off using their access code or whatever.
yeah. So like, if you ever watch Critical Role, usually at the beginning of the episode, they'll be like, "Oh, type in this code on D&D Beyond and get an extra 15% off."
Yeah.
So an extra 15% off the 270 would be what?
270 times.
I know how to do it. I'm just the calculator.
Yeah, I was just saying it out loud while I was doing it.
$40 off, so it'd be 230.
And I mean, we could all chip in, but that would be like, well, it's 240 divided by what, 5 of us or 7 of us?
Something like that, yeah.
Because I know that you and Rachel are together.
And
You know, so like,
so it'd be, I don't know.
so let's just say Amaya and Stefan are one person, Rachel and Anthony are one person. So 1,
Divided
2,
by 4.
me, Matt, yeah, so divided by 4. $60 each, which is still a lot, you know.
And that's for what?
If we all pitched in $60, we could get, with the 15% discount. If we put in Critical Role's code, we could get this, or if we have the source bundle on the D&D Beyond for.
What does the source book bundle
$60.
include?
It includes all, every single source book that's been released. So every single book that's ever been
So
released.
Xanathar, Guildstone of Ravnica.
Every single one.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
source
so-
books.
Okay.
It doesn't give you any modules because that's the legendary bundle. But every single book that's like source book that has like classes and races, every single one of them.
I mean,
And then
I'd
you
be
get-
down for that, to be honest.
Like, and
That could also
That way we could link it to the stream so they can see our character sheets.
and then I would also like that because then we would all have like, because I would be willing, or I might easily be willing to pay the $50 a year for the master tier.
Yeah.
So that way we could share it with you guys, and then all of us would have access to all the books, so we could just have more freedom in making characters and stuff.
So we can do that, but also here's one thing to consider. I know we're all like a family, and we all care for each other, and we wouldn't do anything bad to each other. But if we did this on one person's account, and then let's say that person were to get mad at everybody else, they could restrict us from having that information anymore.
I don't think that's something that any of us would do, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
just
don't think it's
a move.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that we would exactly do. But let's say like 2 years down the road, that could happen, or let's say we just stop playing, or we're not currently playing a campaign at the time.
I mean, at that point, it's just like a $60 loss, which isn't that big of a deal. So
Okay, all right. So I guess we can talk about this after the game. Then?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not. It's like, but we can do it at like some point down the road. But I'd be down. We'd be down to do that.
Yeah, I would be down with being able to use D&D Beyond more.
Oh, by the way, thanks for the notification that you went live, babe.
I went live as soon as Anthony joined the chat.
Bitches and blow.
I could do the intro. I could do it.
So are we streaming this one tonight? Because it's gonna be a real short one. Or...
I've been streaming like since you joined the chat, so.
Oh jeez. Okay. Well. Okay. Hi Twitch. This is episode 39 of
38.
Erudis. 38. Erudis, World of Wonder. I always get lost about which one we are.
It's okay. Twitch keeps track of it for us.
Well, that's nice. Because I don't.
Yeah, I just leave the number there because I don't stream anything other than D&D. So.
Honestly, you should stream Eco when you get the chance.
I'm like super absorbed into WoW Classic right now.
Oh, okay.
Guys, we got like 3 hours. Come on.
Alright, so... Let's see, let's find some
I mean,
music.
neither of us work tomorrow. We could go all night.
No, we can't.
Nope. No, we can't.
Because I still need to like make the shit for tomorrow.
Yeah, I got work at 10.
And I think Anthony and Rachel have to go to bed like by like 1 tonight, so they can do their stuff tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, I mean... Whatever happens, happens, but, you know... Alright.
You know what? I'm down for that. Whatever happens, happens. 10-hour session, let's do it.
Oh, jeez.
Playing D&D as I work, great.
It's okay,
You're gonna
Matt.
have to.
That won't give me.
Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
What am I gonna have to do, Rach?
If I fall asleep, my character will fall asleep in game.
Oh, okay.
Mid dragon.
Just passes out in the streets.
See what
Passes
kind of
out mid combat.
You know, just like, Avatar style. You know, when someone gets ejected from the pod.
If I'll
Oh,
put her in
just-
the bag. If I put her in the bag of holding, but leave her head outside of the bag of holding, will she live?
Alright. So, the last time we left our heroes, they had just gotten roped into the middle of a assassination of a high king. After that, they got interrogated by the city guard. And after a quote-unquote miracle of the Raven Queen, the blind and deaf unquote cleric was able to see. After that, the party went and searched through icky, disgusting sewers and proceeded to find both a map and a encoded book of some sort, supposedly left by these assailants. Zaris, our bounty hunting bard, went to his local contact and was able to get them to begin deciphering information from the book, while they worked on deciphering information from the maps. Written in a language they didn't know, except for Leah. They were able to decode and discover various locations around New Hayden that seem to have some kind of connection or tie to this endeavor that happened in this city. And honestly, after that, there were so many shenanigans, I can't remember what else happened that session. So,
I mean, you covered most of it.
yeah. So, I believe you guys... Oh, yes, you guys met your orc friend and had breakfast with him.
Oh, I remember.
And then like we all kind of like split up in the morning, and then that's where this.
Ah, right, yes, you guys were doing some various shopping and other endeavors, I shall say. So I can't remember who went where. I know
Well-
Gundor went to the alchemy shop. Shao, you went to the alchemy shop.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the cartographer, but didn't have maps that I was looking for.
Right, you went to
then
the
I went-
cartographer.
And then I went to the bar to see if my contact was there, but it wasn't there. Daytime. So
Okay,
I didn't know what I was going to do next.
all right. So at that point, we were left with Alavar and Leah. What were you guys going to be doing?
Question for the group and as well as DM: have we bought winter clothes yet?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah,
we bought a
we
lot of
Okay.
winter clothes.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
a very long time ago.
Jackets and
pretty
gloves.
sure
I
you
saw.
That was when we first got to the city before all the king assassination shit happened.
What are you saying, Anthony?
Or are you sure? Because I thought that was when we were back in my village.
It was when we were in your village.
Yeah.
That we missed it.
Because I
Okay.
remember the moment we got to the city, me and Alavar went to find an inn,
Oh, yeah.
and the rest of you went to the plaza.
Never mind. I see that I have a white coat in my inventory. I probably should have looked at that first, but okay. The more you know. I guess during everyone's like adventures off, I want to spend an hour in my room and let's see, cast Find Familiar again.
Okay.
Luna's gonna be a snaky snake now.
A snake.
Yeah, like a black mamba, you know.
Okay. Okay.
No, the correct way to pronounce it. That.
Sneak.
No, snack.
Snack.
They did their
Sneaky.
Slytherin.
Yeah.
A sneaky snack.
She's a sneaky snack. That.
I'm gonna have Luna just come out of my shirt tail. I mean, I don't know. I'm very drunk.
Wait, if she's a snack, that means that I can only feed her once a week. What am I supposed to do with all these rats?
Let me turn her into an anaconda.
I'm just going to imagine I didn't hear any of that.
Nope.
Leah, what are you going to do?
Probably go to the bookshop.
Okay.
It's Snoodle.
I'm glad you
Alright.
saw the same video, Stefan.
The lucid chart video about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Lucid chart
We call that-
honestly makes best videos.
That's a no pro. We don't get near those.
Okay. So are you looking for just a magic shop or a bookshop in general?
I don't know. I'm looking for books on the etheric transfer.
Okay.
Research mode. I like it.
So what I need to do the magic or make a book?
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that.
You were like, wait, what the
He's
fuck's
here.
going on?
That's an intelligence save.
Poop.
Yeah, if you just go to the small letter underneath
Click
of
the word intelligence.
Yeah, or that. No, intelligence. That was
Oh,
in
I
your
did
saving.
saving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay.
Can we take your
Knowing-
previous roll and modify it?
The DC wasn't very high, anyways.
Okay.
It was actually extremely low. Like she would have had to roll like a natural 1 to fail.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
Knowing that you are actually a very low-ranking member of the Calicophora, having come from one of the various schools around the world within the Calicophora network, you would probably be able to find direct information about that from where from the Calicophora's building within the city. Or you could just go to the teleportation center itself. Because you do know that most capitals within all of the district or all of the countries typically have some sort of Calicophora hub.
I don't know. Items there, or like,
What was that?
can you like trade items there, or like, is there books?
So it's kind of like a university almost. Kind of like a university setting. Yeah. So like, high level magical research is performed there. Storage of magical knowledge. Research libraries. Things like that.
Okay, I guess I'll go there and try to find the library.
Okay. So you would have probably looked at the map of the city with Zaris. So you do know in the Steel Terrace, which is where the Adamantine Hearth is. You do know that there was a building labeled called the Calicophora Maxima, which is the large university building within this region. So you can go there. It'll take you a little bit of time to get across the city. Alright. So, as Leah's traveling across the city, we'll go to Zaris. Zaris, what are you up to? Now that,
Yeah,
now that
after
you don't know where
after
your
checking the
dude is.
bar, I want to go see if I can make money. I still get-
So you're gonna try to do some bounties?
Yeah.
Potentially? Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
Do what I do best. Ooh.
Natural 1. So with a 5, you don't really find anything at all. You're just kind of like wandering around looking at job boards and stuff, but most of it is just like, I need someone to help me fix my wagon, or like, I need someone to clean this, and like just stupid odd end jobs that pay a gold or 2.
Oh, speaking of, how long has it been since I left my shield with him? Because I told him I'd send him a payment every month. So I just want to know
It's-
how long I have.
It's been about a week and a half, ish.
I gotta make some dough quick. I'm supposed to. What am I supposed to? Like 100 gold a week or a month or something? Right? I don't know how much it was.
So your shield, I believe, was like 10,000.
Yeah, and I paid him like 2,000 gold up front.
Right. And you said 6 months, right? It was
Uh,
6 months to a year, I think.
well, I don't know. I think I don't. I don't think the payments were more than 1,000 a month.
I think you're right. I think it was about 1,000 a month.
Yeah. Which that sounds
So-
ridiculous. No.
So for 8 months, and then how long did he say the shield would take? Right.
He said about 8 months.
Oh, I can't wait to get that shield though.
Yeah, because the way, yeah, looking at my stuff, the way that you guys set up the payment plan was you would continuously pay, until it was completed, all through the process.
So like he could skip a month and it'd still be a-okay.
I mean,
I mean, as long as I get him the remaining 1,000 by the time it's done, yeah. Otherwise, he'll just hold the item until it melts.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, potentially. I mean, you guys didn't really work out those details. You were just like, yeah, I'll pay you every month, and that was pretty much your guys' deal. So,
Okay, well, since I can find bounties, then I'll do what a bard does best and go to like the nearest like semi-busy like town square type thing and start playing.
okay. I will need an investigation, or no, sorry, perception, and a performance. Okay. Okay. Um. All right. So while you're doing that, uh, Gundor and Shao. Gundor, you just walked out, having poured and dealt with very, very icky froghemoth guts, and you're just down the street and you see Shao enter, take a few minutes, and exit the same alchemy shop that you went to.
Okay.
So, Shao, you're on the front of the alchemy. Gundor, you're just down the street.
You can go first if you want.
Well, I want to do alchemy, and I'm currently figuring out all of the ingredients properties, so I prefer to go second. That way, so I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to wait around until about 1:32, and I'm going to make my way back to I believe the name was the Rusty Tankard,
Yep.
so I can take part in the brawl that is happening today, and I also want to look for that individual that I gave 100 gold to in there when I get there.
Okay. Alright, so you start making your way. So... Alright. And Shao?
Well, I'm gonna be going back and then doing some alchemy.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out like all the potions, all of the materials properties. That way, so I know exactly what I'm combining.
Okay.
So you can come back to me before we're about to end the day, because then I can have time to like figure this shit out.
Okay. All right. Alivar, you doing anything?
Hmm. Shoot, I probably should. You know what? I want to tag along with Gundor just in case things go very bad for him.
Okay, where were you? You were at the
I was
hotel.
still, yeah. I was like, I was taking an hour to change Luna back into a snake.
Okay. All right. Gundor actually went to the immediately to the Rusty Tankard. I can't remember if he told you guys that he was going or not.
I remember that we spoke about it, but I do know that they are aware of the time. 'Cause I remember I talked about 3 p.m. a few different times.
Okay. Yeah, as of right now, it's about, you know, say like 11 in the morning. So yes, you still have a few hours until the brawl, but Gundor, you start making your way there. Alivar, it's up to you.
I mean, Gundor would probably be by himself for an hour or two before I would even go, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so Leah,
Mhm.
coming back to you. So you make your way to the front of the Calicophora Maxima. And this building is huge. Like, like the adamantine hearth is a very, very large structure. This is almost the same size as that. It has a large domed structure in the center with a single spire pointing up, jutting out of the center of this dome. Probably a good 150 feet in the air, 200 feet in the air. It seems like there is a left and right wing that you can see so far. Huge granite columns that have been finely carved with scrolling and lacework and other notes and things like that. The structure itself is pristine almost as compared to most of the other buildings where they're fine, they're well kept because this is the more affluent area of the city. um, this building is something else. It's almost like elven in cleanliness, where like it seems like somebody has gone in with a fine-tooth comb and made sure that there is no dust or dirt whatsoever.
Mhm.
As you walk up these marble steps, they seem to almost reflect like a mirror, even though you can see all the interweavings of the multitudes of color within the marble. The front doors are very large, probably about 30 feet tall. There's 4 sets, uh, 20 feet wide door frames, with all the doors open, lead there. And the not many people are walking in and out, but those that are wearing that of cloaks and robes. Some of them carry scrolls, some of them carry books in their hands. Most of them are very finely dressed. Some in thick like wolves' pelts and animal skins. Others in fine, thin silk robes and things like that. Um, although the traffic is super heavy in front of the building, the stairs not so much. They're very light. As you walk through the front doors, there is a huge um, antechamber. It's weird. It's almost like the building is larger on the inside than it is outside, although it might just be everything that you see inside. You see a circular desk separated into 4 sections with a large wooden column in the center. Brass pipes come out of the center of this wooden bookshelf in the center. As you see 7 or 8 people filing various pieces of paperwork, and um, one of them seems to be stuffing uh, pieces of paper inside of these brass envelopes or brass tubes that come out of this bookshelf looking thing in the center. Various people are walking and talking. Some push carts with books. Others are reading as they walking. You see actually like 2 people are like fiddling with their own books in their hands as they're walking with a mage hand that is also holding a book. Um, you actually see one woman, elven in nature, greenish yellow skin, and and pale yellow eyes with white, tight pulled back hair, in a very fine red silk, um, is walking by, and you actually see out of her wrist almost, she has a vine growing out from underneath of her cloak that seems to be holding 2 books in front of her as she's reading. A small raccoon kind of runs by her side. It's just immense. A large wing to the left, a large wing to the right. As you look to the left, look to the right, and look to Z, he kind of looking around and sniffing the floor, which is covered with a fine, almost oriental rug. Um, although it's elven in nature, and you know that because most of the rugs that you saw at Blikax were of the same type. So, where would you like to go within this monstrous mansion of a building? Rach, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Did I time out?
No, you didn't.
You seem to be cutting out a little bit when you talk.
Yeah. Is the mic close to your face?
Yeah. Is this any better?
Yeah, that's better.
I guess, first getting in there, I'd try to look around, see if I could find out where the library is.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. So, even with all this activity going on, you know the way that these universities and stuff work in these buildings. You look around and you see on some of the walls there are signs with arrows in various directions. You see alchemy labs in this one direction. You see like there's something that you actually haven't seen before called apprenticeship circles with an arrow pointing to another area. You see an area labeled offices and others. You see uh, to the whatchamacallit. What was that? You see teleportation center pointing in another direction. And you see going back, there's actually a third wing to the back end. You see the library, and then you see um, vault in that direction also.
Definitely would go to the library.
Okay. So you start walking back there. Nobody's paying you any ever mind. You look like the rest of them. You have your cloak over your shoulders and, Z to your side. Just walking. There are a few other people you see, a dwarvish fellow with an owl on his shoulder, as he's talking to somebody else. Um, there are other animals around, most likely familiars of some sort. As you walk back, the large stone columns are interlaced with various depicting different sections of magical history, creators of spells, various, depictions of realms and other endeavors. You actually see on one of the stained glass windows um, a depiction of uh, not an elderly woman, uh, kind of like a middle-aged elf with jet white hair just fallen to her side, um, with a purple eye in the center of her forehead. She has two outreached hands, and below her, you see to the left a paladin in armor, and to the right, you see a um, a woman, kind of like almost gnomish in uh whatchamacallit, like facial structure, but um elvish probably. And in front of her you see a book with words that seem to be spilling out from it.
Can I
Just
look in the book?
well, it's stained glass.
Oh.
This is a depiction, almost like a painting.
Okay.
Directly across from that, you see a dark green depiction. You see a single large eye with a red ring around the yellow iris, large black dot in the center. And among that, you see various other eyes of different colors: green, blue, red, white, gray, purple. And among those eyes, you see pieces of paper and other books that seem to just float around these eyes. And it all kind of seems to come down into this large pile of books down at the bottom of the stained glass. And directly in between these two stained glass windows, there is two more of these large mahogany doors that seem to be open.
Well, I would. Not sure if the mural's important, but
Actually, if you want to, roll a religion check.
okay.
Okay. So, it's been a while since you've done any kind of research on this, and it's kind of hard to remember. You try to think and think. Oh yeah, these are like some of the gods of knowledge. The various eyes is a depiction of Ganadar, um, a seemingly amorphous creature that seems to seek out and store away, almost hoarding knowledge from around the planescape and the prime material plane. Not exactly one of the best gods. He's kind of a neutral, kind of tending towards the side of evil um, in the way. But he is depicted on the one. The other one depicts Ayun. At least that's the person that you know from above. The purple eye in the center of her eye. Or the eye in the center of her forehead. As you look and you're trying to think, the two figures underneath of Ayun, you can't recall who they are.
Guess with that recollection, I would continue through the doors and
Okay.
look around.
Okay. As you enter through these two doors, the reddish green and tan oriental rugs turn into a solid blue carpeting on the floor with mahogany hardwood underneath of that. The um, the bookshelves are massive. Every bookshelf has a ladder on it. These you like look down the hall and there is 5, 10, 20, potentially 30 rows down of bookshelves. And then there's a second floor with the same. Just almost endless books. Um, this room probably spans about 300, 400 feet across in both directions. Uh, colors of various books, leather, uh, dark browns, light browns, greens, reds, cloth, stacks of books on tables with researchers just pouring through them, taking notes. Um, and you see among that um, various gray robed um, people walking around. Um, some of them with shaved heads, some of them with single, like very short haircuts with like single braids coming down the one side. Um, along these gray robes, you see purple on like not lace, but like uh, edging on these robes. In front of you, there's a single desk, uh, also made of mahogany, um, and a smaller, mousy-looking, you know, human with large, round brass glasses. Seems to be writing down notes. It seems to be like almost cataloging books that are next to her. She's got a stack of about 5 or 6.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
pushing glasses.
I'm looking for books on the etheric transfer.
Oh, you want to know about the etheric transfer? Okay. Well, uh, do you have a library card?
No.
Right. Um, how long ago were you a member of the library?
Uh, do like libraries work so that they're like all over the place and that you have a membership, or is it like per library?
Um, the Calicophora, you kind of have like a general membership, like card that you have with you. Different levels of membership allow you different levels of information. Um, but um, sometimes certain libraries have specific memberships.
Okay.
So you do have your membership card through the Calicophora, but you know, you don't have the specific one for this library.
No, not for this location, but I do have my membership card.
Can I see it, please? She like holds her hand out expectantly.
I rummage through my bag and I find it and I hand it to her.
All right. Um. So. Hmm. She like looks on the back side of it, looks at the front of it. She pulls out from underneath of that, underneath of her desk, like a brass eyepiece with a green emerald in the front of it, and she like looks at it, and, like looks in different directions. She looks at the back. Okay. Yes. This is only a basic membership, because you do not have access to this region. You do not have a sponsor in No Hayden, do you?
Why? Do I?
No, you don't.
Okay. No, I do not.
Okay. Hmm. How important is this information for the etheric transport?
Um,
Is it something that can wait, or not? She kind of looks like annoyed at this point
Mm.
when she says that.
I don't mean to be rude, but this is a matter of like security for the city that something bad is going to happen and me and my troop are trying to find some important information.
Roll a persuasion check. Well, I guess if it was a matter of national security, you would have probably gotten a sponsor. Now, if it's something that can wait 14 to 21 business days, I'll just have you fill out these forms, and she like pulls out like a stack of papers.
Jesus Christ. What?
So I hastily grab the papers out of her hand, take them, and I just like storm out of there. Uh, can I like sneak around in there?
Yes.
Let me go in there. I'm gonna get me some
Wait,
paper.
Okay.
we need
okay.
to see some checks first. We
Um, Okay.
checks.
Yeah.
Burn that
What
place
are-
to the ground.
Yeah. What are you looking to do? Like you like storm out into the hallway, and like you like turn the corner and you like kind of like cross your arms and you start thinking. So, what exactly are you looking to do to get back in?
Oh.
Because this desk is kind of like only about like 20 feet from the door, and it's like directly facing the front door.
Oh. Uh, well, I know there was the portal when I first came in. Like, there was a way to it. Um, Is there like any, I don't know, like back entrances to like the library?
From your quick glances around and kind of taking in the whole situation, this looked to be the only entrance to the library.
Can you remind me of all the different like features?
What do you mean by features?
Like because like when you first walked in, there was like the wings, the left and the right.
Yeah, so like the main larger building, there are three wings. There's one to the left, one to the right, and one to the back. The one to the left uh, had like offices and like classrooms. Uh, the one to the right had the alchemy labs and the what were called apprentice circles.
Oh yeah.
The one to the back was the vault and the library.
Hmm. I guess I don't know. I'd either go to the classroom or the apprentice circles.
Do you have any spells that could potentially help you in this situation?
Um, I have dispel magic or and find trust.
Don't druids have pass without a trace?
I do.
Like that'll help you roll super stealth essentially, because it gives you an automatic like plus. Doesn't.
We also have a shapeshifter in our party.
You ain't with her. If I was there, I would just cast invisibility and it'd be done. Like, easy peasy.
Where's the Calico 4 though? I'm sure that they have something to dispel magic.
We also have a barbarian who has a way with words.
I mean, plus 9 persuasion. Cough.
I think I also have plus
Here
9
it is.
persuasion. Oh wait, no, I have deception. That's right.
I do have pass without trace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess I'll go to classroom and I'll use that spell.
Okay, so you cast Pass Without Trace. So, um, even though it's almost midday and there's a lot of light, as you kind of like hold out your hand and kind of do your somatic components, when you do the final motion, there's almost like a black flash, and the shadows in the room kind of seem to gather at your feet. So you are passed without trace.
I will go to where the classrooms are and look for anything that seems interesting.
Okay. Um, I guess. Um, looking about, you know, you're walking down the halls. And there seems to be an upstairs too. Um, as you're looking around, you look in, you see some classrooms, you see some lecture halls. Looking through. Um, roll an investigation for me. Looking around, looking through these classrooms, you get through like 5 or 6 rooms, and you're like, they're all probably the same. Why am I looking? They're classrooms. So you don't really find anything interesting.
Can I go upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
You go upstairs, and it's kind of the same thing. You don't really find anything interesting. Sorry.
Can I look extra harder?
I'm gonna say no, because it's such a short span of time that you're like walking around and like trying to look through all the rooms of this wing.
I just don't know what to do.
I mean, you haven't snuck back into the library yet, have you?
Mm.
You still have pass without a trace. You could like try to like sneak past the librarian. I
Okay.
don't know.
So disappointed that didn't find anything. I get the brilliant idea to march back downstairs and see if I can pass.
Okay. All right. So, uh, trying to sneak past you, put up your hood, and uh, you know, you like, kind of like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Roll a stealth check for me, and then whatever your number is plus 10.
22.
22.
Hopefully that's good enough.
Sweet.
Awesome.
15 and 21 business days, my ass.
That is a 12 plus 5. That is a 17. She does not see you.
Fuck yeah. Yes.
Roll for Z though.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
But Zeke also gets the bonus, right? Because pass without trace is like an
Yes.
AoE.
Yep, it's an AoE, so Z also gets the plus 10.
Roll for it. Do I have to
So,
hand do it or? Oh, here it is. Stealth.
oh right, I forgot he gets plus 4 to stealth.
What?
Also two.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't see either of you.
Oh.
So, like,
She doesn't see her or the giant ass wolf.
So,
Ninja doggo.
so like you're like, okay, you ready, Z? Like Z like looks up at you and like crouches down, like almost like he's like ready to start like pouncing or sneaking up on something.
And
you're
he
like,
crawls army dog style.
okay, go. And like you duck down with your head, like kind of like pulling the cloak over your face. The librarian is just kind of like looking down, and she seems to be like really intensely looking at her her books. You turn a corner real tight. Z kind of crosses your path, and you like awkwardly like kind of like trip over the dog that's like trying to stand right in front of you, like underneath of you. So you do like that awkward like trip up, like what are you doing? Um, and in doing so, you like grab like the candelabra when you turn the wall, and uh, the chains all jingle and like the candelabra kind of swings a little bit, and the librarian kind of like stops, and as she goes to look up, you like look down at Z real quick. You pick him up and like hold him to your chest, like you're hugging him real tight. He starts giving you licks as you like kind of like sidestepping, facing away from this librarian. And she looks up. And she just sees this like cloaked figure, kind of like going into the shadows of like the first like row of bookshelves, and then the dangling thing. Is everything okay over there? Can I help you?
Everything's fine, thank you.
Okay, well, if you need anything, let me know.
Will do.
She like goes back to writing.
God.
No treats for you.
All right, so you put Z down, and now you're kind of like in this like darker area of the library. The shadows clinging to you, almost.
Better find a really best book.
All right. So, what are you attempting to do now that you're in the library?
Ah, God. Well, obviously get a book, but I didn't really have a plan going into this, what I was looking for. But I know I'd want something specifically on the etheric plane. Or this etheric transfer.
Okay. All right. So, I would say make an investigation check with disadvantage because you have no idea what you're trying to look for.
Do I have to do anything special for disadvantage?
Nope. Just take the lower of the two numbers.
Okay.
All right. So you start looking through. Um, you're kind of going row by row almost. Um, you're not really. You're seeing books. You're picking them up and you're like glancing through. You're like reading the titles. Let's see. I mean, you're finding some titles that look interesting, but they're not the books you're looking for necessarily. Uh, you find the same exact book you own, Realm of the Undead. Uh, you find The Art of War Magic. Um, you go, this isn't right. And you go off to another section. You start rummaging around and looking. You find maybe kind of like the smutty section, because you find the Lusty Draconian Maid, Volume 1 and 2.
What kind of library is this?
You find a copy of Tusk Love.
Ha!
A few other
Respect.
ones. Few other ones. You know, how I met your mother's beholder. You know, just some really weird off-topic like smut section for some reason. You're just like, what the fuck is this? You
The
keep
daring
going.
trials and tribulations of Sir Darrington. Oh, damn it.
I feel like I'd like super pissed. So I guess her.
Yeah. As you kind of like go back towards the back section, you see there's a thick brass gate with a set of short double mahogany doors behind it. There's a large greenish metal lock that is built into the center of this brass gate, per se. Once you get towards the back, it's off to the right hand side, on the right that you are, and you kind of look there and you go, that's weird. All right, you keep looking. You don't really find anything.
Are there people going in and out of that room with the brass door?
Nope. It's just a brass gate with a lock and two mahogany doors behind it.
Why you do this?
It's currently closed. It's locked. It seems.
I want to go, but I feel like I'm taking up too much of the story time.
So what are you doing?
I guess I'll try to break in.
Okay. How do you do that?
Do I have a call it a like a kit?
So what are you looking for?
Like you know, like a like a thieves pick, you know, like
Do you have a lock picking kit?
like so. Nope.
Thieves tools? Nope.
No.
So no, you don't have anything like that.
Nope.
And you do have other things though that are available to you. Because you are a spellcaster.
I know.
Call lightning can make all your answers, all your questions go away.
Mm,
Heat metal. Use.
You do have an innate ability as a druid as well that you can utilize.
Meld into stone?
I'm talking about your wild shape ability. You do have that.
My what?
Wild shape. Being able to turn into animals.
I thought that was like higher level.
No, you get that from level 0.
Oh.
It's just as you progress in level, you can become more and more powerful animals.
Hmm. So like could I Okay, so question. So behind the gate, there's just the two mahogany doors.
Yep, 2 mahogany doors.
Is there any type of like little openings that would get into the other room or behind the doors?
No, not that you can see.
Do I turn into a bug and crawl through the cracks or like
It's up to you.
well the thing is no. Then if I was like a bird or something, I wouldn't be able to like open the door.
I'm just gonna give you the infamous DM ruling. You can
Super.
certainly try.
What animal can
Owlbear.
So
I
what animal can what?
like fit into small places, but also have enough strength to like push a door open?
I mean, probably not a small animal. So
But a cat could get in through like small, like he could probably gate, but I don't know if the cat could push door open.
it's up to you. So what do you want to do? It's,
I don't like this.
I mean, you can also do bugs. You can do animals. Pretty much any creature that you would have seen in your travels, you are able to basically recreate their form as long as it's, you know, not not the level thing. So like you can go up to 1/2 CR creatures.
Can a butterfly get the door?
You can try. I mean, it's yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna turn into a butterfly.
All right. So you turn into a butterfly. Form shrinking down, small wings popping out your back. You're now this cute little green colored butterfly. Z kind of like sniffs at you. So what do you do now?
Gonna fly towards the mahogany doors and see if there's like a crack anywhere.
All right, so you flutter through the through the gate. And you land at the door. Um, there is a crack underneath of the doors to a darkened room behind it.
Gonna sneak under there.
All right.
The little butterfly I am.
All right, so you kind of like flatten your wings against the floor, and you kind of like army bug crawl underneath of the door, and you pop into a smaller, darkened library room with bookshelves. At this point in the craziness, Alavar and Gundor, you guys are at the rusty tankard. Zaris, you managed to find a decent enough corner on the street, knowing that the thing is the event is at 230 for your friend Gundor. You've probably made, and this is just a luck roll, although there was a good amount of traffic and you found a pretty good corner, you only made about, I'd say, like 75 copper, like maybe 20 silver, and like 2 gold, 3 gold. So you didn't really earn a lot, unfortunately.
How much copper?
75. All right. So, do you want to start heading over to the Rusty Tankard?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Because at this point, you know, it would be about 2 o'clock.
So a decent enough time has passed, and I feel like I'm not making enough money from.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you can keep going, and
well, I don't feel like I'm making enough money from making music, so I want to try again to find um, a bounty to do.
all right,
I'm like thinking to myself, like, there's got to be some bounty, some.
all right. So you pack your stuff up. You go to the other side of the city. Um, so you don't find anything again, but you find one bounty. It's for like 50 gold. It's for a pickpocketer.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just another pickpocketer. You've dealt with these before. Um, so you're like, okay.
Yeah. I'll take the bounty and then cut to Gundor's brawl and back.
Okay.
Did you see my message earlier, Anthony?
What's that?
I
Oh,
said,
yeah,
did you see my
yeah.
message earlier? Okay.
Yeah, I did. So now that we're back to you. So what are so did you went back to the
To the
to
Tankard.
the
Or
to the
wherever we were going before. Like, whatever inn we were staying at before.
Okay. Not the rusty bedpost.
No. And then I was just going to set up my alchemy kit and then spend some time trying to craft 3 different potions.
Alright. So let me pull up droughts and ointments. Alright, so what potions are you looking to attempt to make? So
Okay.
what are the effects that you're attempting to combine and stuff?
Do you mean like the ingredients or the effects themselves?
The ingredients. Sorry, I didn't mean effects, but
Okay. So I'm going to combine vitriol, troll fat, euro root, death bell, nightshade,
Sorry.
and then I'm going to use congregation to try to get it down to like a squid ink consistency.
okay, okay. So let's see. So air root. Okay. And then troll fat. Okay. So that is a level 2. That is that is a level 1. That is a level 1. And that is a level 1. Okay. So, uh, combining these ingredients. So you are using that. Smithing, that's enchanting, alchemy. Here we go. So, you don't have a specific table. S- So, a single potion is going to take you 3 hours.
Okay.
So, I will have say that you started at 11. So, you'd be able to get one potion done before Gundor's thing. If you
Oh, I'm
want, you
making
can
3 different potions.
I I understand that, but the timing, like the time requirement for each potion. So to refine down the level 1 ingredients, it would take about an hour, and then to be able to take those level 1 ingredients and the troll fat, which is a level 2 ingredient, and put them together, that takes about 2 hours. Bless you, whoever sneezed.
Right. I'm saying that I plan on like making like different potions and poisons.
Yes,
So
yes, I
this first
understand.
one will take 3 hours, and then I still have 2 more that I plan on trying to make.
Okay, I just didn't know whether or not you wanted to go to Gun. So that that was essentially the warning that if you wanted to keep going, you can. You're just going to miss Gundor's fight.
Okay.
So, all right. The first one. So let us refine down the level 1 ingredients. So yeah, roll me your alchemy with a dexterity. So if you don't have the proficiency, which I don't believe you do, it's just a dexterity check. Okay. Success. So you take your 30-ish minutes and you refine down the level 1. You have a level 1 damage health uh refinement essence. So it's an essence of damage health.
Okay.
So it is now a level 2 ingredient for the effect damage health.
Okay.
Okay. So that's kind of the way the multiple ingredients combining work.
And then I just combine that with the vitriol to make the potion, or
Yes. Yes. So that you basically you refine that essence down using water, and then to your final potion is what you add, is the vitriol or the aquaphorus or whatever,
okay.
and your final ingredients. So, just want to make sure that there's no other effects that I was missing between the ingredients.
No, it's essentially just a weakness to poisons and then damage health. So,
Okay, yeah, so it would be just damage health
yeah.
for this effect, because that's the common one among the air root, the death bell, and then the nightshade.
Deathball actually doesn't do damage health, surprisingly.
Yes, it does actually.
Oh, it wasn't listed in the thing. It was listed as exhaustion, weakness to poisons, and lethargy in the book. So let me
Oh well,
add damage health
you
to
just
there.
yeah, damage health as well. Sorry, I probably forgot that.
You're good.
All
I
right.
was wondering why it was deadly to like touch and why it didn't cause damage health. So.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So now I want you to roll a dexterity your um for your level 2. So the DC is much higher for this one.
Yikes.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, I have this essence. You know, I'm doing okay. You take your vitriol and you pour it into the flask. Um, you take your stirring rod and you start mixing it, and you pour in the troll fat and you let it liquefy. Um, and then you add the essence. Uh, but as soon as you add the essence, it was probably it was just something went wrong. You either cooked it too long or too little or whatever. Um, but when you sniffed it and you're like, that doesn't smell right. Put it back on. Put it back on. Doesn't smell right. Put it back on. It just ends up kind of chunky almost, probably because the troll fat didn't render correctly, and it's wasted. However, I want you to roll a intelligence check.
That's not gonna be very great. Or okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you actually okay. This experiment didn't exactly work, but I learned something from it. So I'll count that as a success in your continuing to learn the alchemy skill.
Okay.
So, all right. So did you want to go to Gundor's fight or no?
I feel like making potions is kind of important right now. So
Okay. So you decide to skip out. What's um your second potion?
the second one is going to try to be a combination of regeneration and healing.
Okay.
So it's gonna be blisterworts, honeycomb, blue mountain flower, impstool, and aquavitae using the distillation process.
Okay. Hold on. I need to take notes. This is a lot of ingredients. All right. So Aqua Fortis.
Aquavitae.
Oh, Vitae. Okay. All right. And what were the ingredients? Blue Mountain. I know that.
Thanks for the follow, Cass. It was blisterwort, honeycomb, blue mountain flower, impstool.
Blue Mountain, Blister, Honey, Imp. Correct? Those four?
Yes.
Okay. So. So. Sorry, just want to make sure that I'm getting all these. Because you're adding a lot more ingredients than most people would to a potion.
Oh,
So.
really? I'm just trying to keep it to 4. Do most people not use 4 ingredients?
Yeah, most of the time it's either 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's not a bad thing. You're not skilled in alchemy, so I would understand why you're adding more ingredients
Than necessary.
than necessary, because you're like, okay, this might work, you know. I just there could be a lot more interactions than originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then imp stool. I gotta find imp stool. Okay.
Impstool is used in poisons of paralysis and then healing potions.
All right. So, Blue Mountains a Blister Ward's a level 2.
Wait,
Blue
Blister Ward
Mountain-
is?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
also why
I thought that it was
so-
just a base component.
Nope. It's a level 1 for Blue Mountain. Impstool is a level 1. And the Honeycomb is just null, it doesn't do anything. So, alright.
Wait, it doesn't do anything at all?
Nope, no effects.
Oh,
Doesn't have any.
the
It
book
doesn't
is...
have any.
Oh,
It doesn't-
the book says other stuff, so...
Potions of invigoration. So like exhaustion-based potions instead of health-based potions.
Okay, I thought that, like, invigoration meant, like, invigorating, like...
Yeah, invigorating, giving energy,
Yeah.
preventing exhaustion.
So like removes exhaustion points rather than
Right.
know.
Right. Something along those lines. So the honeycomb has no effect. So, all right. Roll Dex check for level 1 to level 2 components. Success. So you now have level 2 components. Dex check for, Dex check for level 2 components into potion. Success. So, in doing so, you take your 2.5 hours to create this. From doing your first step to your second step, you now have a potion of greater healing.
Of greater healing? Oh,
Of
wow.
greater healing. Now it is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So you have one more.
Okay, I'm just writing down these notes, because I feel like with this system, it's kind of impossible not to take notes, so... Okay, and then the last one is going to be Bortusk, Hanging Moss, Garlic, Lavender, and Aqua Regia, with the dissolution process.
Boar tusk, garlic, hanging moss, and what else?
Bortusk, Hanging Moss, Garlic, and Lavender. So I'm
Sounds
trying to
like
do,
something I'd
like,
wanna
a...
drink.
What's that?
Sounds like something I'd want to drink.
Yeah, it's gonna try to be a combination between, like, resist magic and fortify health, is what I'm going for.
Okay. So. Lavender, where did it? Okay, so. Hanging moss. Boar tusk. Alright. So, the lavender and hanging moss have no effects in it. However, I want you to roll for level 1 potion creation.
Dexterity again?
Dex. Okay. This one goes off without a hitch. You now have a... Let's see, what is the... You have a potion of fortification. I have to see what the effect of it is. Yeah, potion of fortify health. You gain 1d12 temporary hit points for 8 hours.
Okay. So that was just garlic and Borutas then that made that.
Yep, garlic boar tusk.
Okay.
Now, something you learned. Actually, roll an intelligence check.
I'm rolling high on things that I don't expect to roll high on.
All right. So you learned higher level ingredients, if they are not put with a ingredient of their same level, will automatically go to the lowest level of ingredient.
You said that they will automatically go to the lowest level?
Yeah, they'll automatically go. So if you were creating a potion and you were using a level 1 and a level 3 ingredient, the potion, even though they would both have the same effect, it would automatically become a level 1 potion.
Okay. The book doesn't list what level the ingredients are, so is that something that I learn as I make potions, or...
That is something that you learn as you make potions.
Okay, so did I learn anything from this, or am I going to have to get proficiency in alchemy before I start learning that?
The boar's tusk was the more potent ingredient. So it is a level 2 ingredient.
Okay.
Garlic was a level 1. Or, I'm sorry, hanging moss was a level 1. I mean, garlic is a level 1 too, but...
Okay. And those are the 3 potions that I wanted to make, so 2 successes, 1 fail.
Alright.
It's not too bad.
Alrighty. So you did your potion creation. Gundor.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I can hear you. So, Alavar has now walked into the bar with you. He finds you and it sits you down. The bar is a lot more lively today. There seems to be a live band that is going through. You see kind of like a crier slash hype man over by the pit that you've been scoping out for the past hour, just sipping on a glass of wine to kind of steady your nerves before this. You take a look around, and Alavar sits with you. You're kind of hyping yourself up.
Let's go, you got this! You got this!
As I'm looking around, do I see the guy who I gave my 100 gold to?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Character sheet. Boom. Hey.
Looking around, it is very, very busy around here, and he was very short. You can't seem to see him anywhere. You're like looking around and stuff.
That
You
really
don't see him.
sucks, because that's a pretty high perception for me.
I know.
It's funny. It's funny, I'm not like, Alright, I'm going to go up to the guy who's taking money from everybody for the brawl. I'm gonna go talk to him and find out what are the rules and how much the entry fee was again.
Okay. So, as you go up, you remember, you know, you, I can't remember. Did you already do your buy-in? Or wait,
no,
no.
I asked
Yeah.
if I could wait until the day of.
Yep. So 25 gold.
Okay.
It looks like there are, from the names that have been painted on wooden slats, that are kind of like put into this like leaderboard race kind of thing. You see, you know, you pay your 25, and they put Gundor up there along with the others. You see a large, burly orc standing there, or half orc fellow. He's like standing there. He's got like a nice shirt on, very very white and clean. He's just kind of there. You see a thinner, smaller fellow, just jacked to all shit. The other one kind of throws you off. It's kind of like this thin, gaunt man. He's almost out of place, wearing like robes like Zilnala would, and you kind of look like, okay, like why is this guy kind of standing here with all like the fighting people? And then next to him, you see this mountain of whatever the heck it is. 6.5 feet to 7 feet tall. Gray skin that looks chapped and peeled. A large tattoo running down their back. They're not wearing a short, but they have very nice leather pants that they're wearing. They have like wraps around their hands. The hype man gets into the ring. Everyone's cheering. Welcome all, welcome all. Today's the big fight. We have 7 contestants amongst our midst. So, to start us off, we'll have our first of 2 3-way fights.
3-way fights? Whoa. Okay, cool.
And then whoever wins of the 3-way fights goes against the other champion. And then they go up against last week's winner. And he kind of like faces the large gentleman. He just kind of like sits there and cracks their knuckles. No facial hair whatsoever. A thin, gray, almost wispy hair falling to the back of their head. So, of the 3 of you, we're going to randomly pick you. Alright. I'm gonna say you, points to the orc fellow, you, the, kind of, like, jacked, but, like, skinny person, and you, Gundor. He points to you. You three are in the ring. I'll tell you the rules up here. So the three of you guys get up there, and he just kind of looks around. All right, all right. Good fight, good fight. All right, so gentlemen, you fight till you fall. No weapons. So those of you that have weapons, please drop them off to the side for me. Kind of looks at you, Gundor.
I look over to Alavar and gesture him to come over.
Okay. Get on up from my seat where I'm drinking a fuck ton of rum, and I'm gonna slouch on over there.
And when he gets close, I'm gonna take off the bag of holding, drop it on him. That's 40 pounds. Then I'm gonna pull off my book, put that on top of the bag of holding, pull off the first great sword, put it on top of that, and then take off the second great sword on my back, and put it on top of that. Don't do this,
Fuck
please.
off! Okay, is anybody like paying attention? Like, does everybody like in the bar have eyes on the fighters right now?
A lot of people are looking at the people in the ring and, like, you know, looking at everybody.
Okay. I was gonna help you, but my hands are full now. Thank you, Gundor. Good luck.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So as you you walk back to the rest. All right. So like I said, fight till you're unconscious. No weapons. Try not to draw too much blood. Okay, we don't want anybody dying. We have some people from, you know, the various clerical requirements, but it seems like if some of you get too little overzealous, he kind of looks at you, Alavar. It seems like we got some other people that, you know, are here to help too. So, magic and/or extra abilities are good to go. Just nothing that will disfigure, maim, dismember. Don't aim for the face. We all like to keep our smiles.
Damn, I should have entered.
Although
Wait,
fuck
magic's
it.
allowed? I should have entered, bro.
I just
Magic-
leave
yeah.
all those fools, dude.
Yeah.
Magic is allowed, and I can't have a sword? Oh my
Wait,
god.
wait. Can I
But-
go back with the...
No components. That's the thing.
Fuck, ain't nothing
I don't
stuck.
components for
Like
sleep.
lungs,
What do you
man.
mean?
Actually, a lot of your spells do require components. It's just you have, like, arcane stuff.
Okay. Would necrotic damage be okay?
Are you asking him this?
I'm at. Yes, I am.
I mean, if it's something you got in your tool belt, may as well use it. All right. When I better ring the bell. Good luck, everyone. All right.
Okay.
He gets out of the ring, and you all, the three of you guys, get into your corners. The orc fellow kind of cracks his neck and kind of limbers up. The smaller human goes down into like a fighting stance of some sort, like he's getting ready to fight.
And I will exhale and hold up my fists, looking at the orc, or the half orc, then looking back towards the human male you said.
Human male, yeah.
I'll just give them both a nod and I wait for the go.
Okay. Oop. I'm just trying to find like good music for ya. There we go. That's decent. So, you like get yourself ready. Ding ding. All right, I need you to roll initiative.
Come back.
All right. So you're 15. So I don't have tokens for these. So I'm just gonna put in Zaris and Shao as the two. So 15. So rolled that. And the other one rolled that.
Damn, that's a high that 21 is a high initiative.
Yep.
5 is what I
Alright.
usually roll in initiative.
Can I know which one is which?
So Zaris is the thin fellow, and Shao is the orc.
I wanted to be on initiative, but for reasons.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Alright, sweet.
Alright. So, the bell has rung, and the thin fellow, runs up to the orc, like, lightning fast, and, he's gonna go for 2 punches. So, does a 21 to hit, which hits. Oh wait, it's D8. So that is 9 points of damage for the first one, and the second one just barely hits. So that's 9 points of damage. So you see this thinner fellow run up and just pop pop, one to the cheek, the other one to the gut. The orc kind of like clambers down and like looks at the small guy and kind of like just fakes him out a little bit, and then the thinner fellow goes and ducks and begins to run towards you, and he stops right in front of you, kind of like skidding a little bit, seeming to get ready in another position. Alright. So, your turn. You have this thinner fellow in front of you.
Now, does my turn start as he's running, or like when he's like coming to a stop, or when he's already at a stop?
He's at a stop essentially.
Okay, alright, bonus action rage.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna, just start coming at the small human. I'm gonna go for, 2 punches.
Okay. So, roll for your attack. That does not hit. You go wide with your first punch.
Okay.
That hits. So roll a d4 for me.
It's a D4. It's not. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's d4 plus strength. I don't like the whole stupid, like,
The whole stupid what?
it's so like traditionally it's just you know, your strength modifier is the damage, but I don't really ever like that. So
I gotcha.
1D4 plus.
okay. So decent punch. You clock the guy in the side of the rib cage. It kind of like jumps a little bit, but hardens himself and just gets a little bit lower in his stance.
Quick question before we go further.
Yep.
What type of fighting is unarmored? I mean, fist fighting. Would that be like what I'm trying to find out is if I'm proficient in it or not.
I mean, you know how to throw a punch, so you are proficient in it.
Okay, so when I rolled strength, it just did 1d20 plus 4. It didn't do 1d20 plus 7.
Oh, so it's supposed to be a 17?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 17.
Yeah, it still misses.
Okay, that's fine. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. So from now on, I'm just gonna do 1d20 plus 7 instead of rolling off my sheet.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Alrighty. Alright, so now it's the orc's turn. He comes barreling up to the smaller fellow, and he just attempts to cold clock him in the back of the head. It's 17 plus. Yeah, that hits. So that is 6 points of damage. Alright. It just wham! One to the back of the head. He seems to be knocked forward almost. But the smaller person pivots and stands his ground again. Let's see. Yeah. That is his Yep. Alright. Alavar, is there anything you want to do in this round?
No, I'm good.
Alright. So you're kind of watching, keeping an eye on everything. So the smaller person so he's gonna go in for the orc again. He's gonna go for a punch. And that is, yeah, he's gonna hit the orc. That is, oof, 12 points of damage. As he just like slams his fist into the sternum of this fellow. He seems to be off balance, and he goes for a kick against you in the ribs. That is a natural 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Reaction.
Okay.
if I can. I don't know, like, how far away would I be?
Gundor's only like, um, like 10 feet from you, so you
Okay.
can cancel it out easily. Roll a sleight of hand check, actually.
Ooh, so it's visible. Okay, shit.
There is kind of like a somatic kind of waving of your hands that you have to do for this,
Oh.
along with some muttering under your breath.
Okay. Oh, you fucking.
All right. So, when you do that, you wave your hand. The hype man sees you do this. And might I remind everyone in this area, if you attempt to help the fighters, you will be kicked out. And he just stares directly at you.
I pretend I'm blind and deaf once more.
No, no.
Just start looking around and start walking into a wall.
All right. So, I will count it as it succeeded, but yeah. So that is 11 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and I need you to make a I believe it's Constitution saving throw.
I have advantage on Constitution saving throws.
Yep. So you feel as you're kicked directly in the sternum, you almost feel like the bone wanted to break and shatter, but you feel like something was almost holding the sternum from the other side and preventing it. And in doing so, you feel your body want to lock up and tense, but you shrug it off. One. He is going to go for a flurry of blows. So he's going to go for another. He's going to go for an elbow against the orc, which is a 19, which hits. And that is. Oof. This guy's just getting beat to shit. Alright. Crack! This orc, blood spurts out of his mouth. And he is knocked off of his feet for a second almost. Yeah. He needs to make a fail. Yeah, fail. He's actually like thrown on the ground prone. As the smaller person lets down their leg, they seem to use the momentum from kicking you, and they bring it up and down into an axe kick down while he's on the ground. So he gets advantage on this. And that will definitely hit. That is 8 points of damage. So his foot lands on the back of this orc. The orc just kind of as he's just kicked in the back. And that is his turn. Gundor, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with 2 attacks. I'm gonna do them reckless.
All right.
That was the first one. That is the second one on the advantage, and then
All right.
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll for my second hit. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, first one hits though, so you're good. Nice.
Okay. All right. So both hit. All right. And that's gonna be slash arm 4.
Damn. Okay. So 13 points of damage.
And that will be my turn.
All right. The orc now gets up and he is going to kind of take a deep breath in and let out. So he actually heals up. Save D10. 6 plus. Shit, I can't remember what second wind does. D10 plus fire level, so 12. So that is 29, 33. So, he like breathes in, breathes out. His eyes open, and he's gonna go in for an attack against the other one, the smaller fellow. Alright, so let's go attack. Fails, does not hit. Second attack. That will hit. So the other fellow, he like another wide haymaker, and it goes for another punch. He punches again in the ribs of this other one. Alright. He kind of settles himself in his spot again. And that's the orc's turn. So, Alavar, you want to do anything?
Nah, not anymore. I done fucked.
Alright, so it's the smaller fellow's turn. He just kind of like stands up and like goes for a crotch shot against the orc. That is yeah, that'll hit. That is that's a lot of damage. And he's going to with his kick to the crotch go in for a stunning strike, and the other guy fails. So you see this orc like get kicked in the balls, and it just his eyes go wide, and he just and he like freezes up in pain. goes for a palm strike against the chest, which hits. He palms him in the chest. He's going to use a flurry of blows. Goes in for a double chop on the neck. Hits. Chops down on the neck. The orc's head kind of bobs a little bit, and that also hits. And with that, he comes down and just a quick palm strike to the nose area. You see blood just spurt from the orc's face as he just falls back dazed. Boom! Against the wooden floor, unconscious. And the smaller human shifts his weight and looks at you. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do it reckless again.
All right. That'll hit. Let's see if it crits. No. So first one hits. Second hits. Yeah, so they both hit. So roll your damage. Nice.
That will be me turn.
So you go in, you punch him across the face with your left hand, you give him an uppercut with the right, and you just kind of like look down and you like grin and bare your teeth at him. And he just, it's weird. He's got like this like calm, cool, collected face, and it's just there.
How does he look though? Like I know he
Um,
looks calm, but like
He's
how does he
looking
look?
hurt. He's
Like,
got a few.
okay.
He's got a few bruises on him, and you know, he's got his nose is trickling blood, but he's still up.
Okay.
He is going to. Let's see. He's going to run from you. He's gonna run to the other side, about 10 feet away from you, 15 feet away from you. So he's about 15 feet away from you. Do you want to do opportunity attack as he exits your attack range?
I sure will.
Okay.
Because of it, because of last turn, would it still be reckless, or since it's an opportunity?
Yeah,
it's
it
not?
would still be reckless because it's still within the round.
Okay.
Okay. This one doesn't hit. It like ducks under your arm as you go in for another left hook against him. He just ducks underneath. He like skids a foot or two. He seems to take a deep breath and kind of harden himself. Closes his eyes for a moment. Shakes his head and he looks at you. So he is going to use his patient defense and his wholeness of body.
Okay.
And it's just there waiting for you.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I am going to move up. Like, how far away is he from me now?
It's about 15 feet from you.
I'll move up about, like, about 10 feet. And then I'm going to hold my action.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. What are you holding your action to do?
If he tries to attack me, I'm going to unleash, Necrotic Shroud.
Okay. In seeing you do that, Alavar, you doing anything?
Nah,
Okay.
like can't get caught.
All right. So the human kind of sees you just run and kind of walk and stop in front of him, kind of outside of his striking range. And just kind of stands up, cracks his neck to the one direction, and then he sits down in like a butterfly pose. And is just sitting there. His eyes closed too. So, it's your turn again.
Okay. Since he's sitting down in a butterfly position, I'm going to crouch down, like I'm just putting all my weight on my knees, and I'm just watching him, and I'm not gonna move either, and I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay.
For the same thing.
Okay. Alright. So he's just sitting there, waiting. That's his turn. What are you gonna do?
Same thing.
At this point, everyone, the bar kind of goes quiet for a little bit, and everyone's just kind of muttering to themselves and whatnot. The hype man is just kind of standing there and just kind of watching intensely. So that's technically the layer action. Your turn again.
I'm just gonna, let me see.
Or no, I'm sorry, it's his turn. He's just gonna wait.
Okay, I'm about to
So
say.
it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna wait again, but this time I'll be like, I can wait as long as you need me to. If you let me know when you're done with your break.
He just sits there. So, are you just standing there?
Yep.
And this is the first time that he's spoken since. It seems like an immovable rock has. He opens his eyes, met an impassable object. It's your turn.
Still doing the same thing. And I just respond to him. I can tell you're quite skilled, but actually, I'm not gonna say that. Changing my words up. I can see that you're quite skilled. I'm not gonna fall for your trap.
You're wiser than you look. Would not expect a brute as yourself to be willing to talk after being so angry.
Let's just say. Oh, wait, and does it come back to my turn at
It
that
comes
point?
back to your turn.
Doing the same thing. Let's just say my childhood taught me a few things.
Well, unfortunately, childhood cannot teach us the hard lessons of the real world. And he stands up. At this point, like, the bar is kind of like quiet, and someone out in the back just says, "Come on, fight!" Yeah, it's what we're paying for! So he's
And then
standing
does
now.
Is it back to me?
It's back to you.
And then I'm just gonna immediately sprint towards him. Then teach me a lesson. And I'm gonna get up right up in his face. Stop, hold action, wait for him to hit me.
Okay, on you entering his area, he's just kind of like standing there, and as soon as you get real close to him, he just kind of like holds his hand out to your sternum, like, and he one inch punches you, or attempts to. That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're not raging anymore.
Yep, you're right.
And he's gonna
Yeah.
take, and he does because he gets 2 attacks, same as you. He does the 1-inch punch, and then he goes in for an elbow as he retracts the punch against your kidney area. That is a 20 to hit.
That hits. But I also said I was holding my action. Would that have went off when he did his first hit? Or does it wait until after all of his hits?
Well, cause you were on your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Unfortunately, the way it works out, his action, because he was waiting for your action, your movement triggered the, his action that he was holding.
Okay, I understand.
So the second hit is 10 points of damage.
Oh.
You kind of get the wind knocked out of you as he elbows you in the kidney area. It is your turn.
Okay. Bonus action rage,
All right.
then action necrotic shroud.
Okay. What's the check? Constitution, wisdom,
Let me double check.
charisma.
It's been a hot minute since I used it. I think it might be charisma based though.
It's been a while.
Since I last heard you. Necrotic shroud. Boom.
Charisma saving throw. Okay. That is a 13 plus 1, 14.
8 plus. Alright, so let me double check real quick. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, So 14.
Okay, so he just makes it. So your wings unfold, the bony skeletons that they are, and they let down. Pretty much everyone in the bar is just like, oh fuck, oh shit! Like, people are dropping drinks at this point, and like, you know, some of them are like trying to get out. Most of the other people are just like there, like frozen in fear. Yeah, necrotic shroud and very, very full area. All right. So you do know.
Oh, and it would also affect anybody. Like if where I am at the stage, if it goes into the audience, it affects anybody in the audience as well.
I know. Yeah. Which is why like almost half the audience is at this point trying to leave the building,
Holy shit. Cool.
and the other half is just like frozen in fear there.
That was my action to use it, and then my bonus action. So now it's his turn.
Okay. He is going to spin around you, almost kind of like ducking underneath your arm and through your wing. And when he does that, he's going to go for an elbow in your kidney. That's a like 26 to hit. So,
Yeah, that is.
that is 9 points halved to 4. So you get hit in the elbow and you're like, ugh, ow. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Your body locks up all of a sudden. You're just you're there, you're angry, and you can't move for some reason. He just like he punched you right in that spot in the kidney, or elbowed you right in that spot in the kidney where it's just you freeze up. And he's gonna go for he goes for a punch in the center of your back. That's like a 26 to hit. So, 10 points of damage down to 5. And he's going to use his last key point to do Flurry of Blows. Natural 3 and a natural 4 brings it up to a 12, so it wouldn't hit you.
Nope.
So he like pulls back, but he like misjudges his distance from you. He's gonna go for his last attack. That's 23.
Yeah.
So you hit. His final one, he misjudges the thing. He drops down and goes for a leg sweep. Okay. That is 11 points of damage down to 5 as he goes for the leg sweep. And you have to do a dexterity saving throw. But because you're stunned, you automatically fail it.
Okay.
So, as he goes for this leg sweep, he smacks you real hard in the calf. And because you can't move, you feel your leg give out from underneath of you, and you feel yourself in the air, and then poof, land on your back on the ground. So it's now your turn. Your rage fades, and now you're not stunned. You feel your body come back to you again. You're like, oh fuck, that hurt.
Why did rage fade?
Because you didn't attack something within that round.
Rage is if I take damage or do damage.
Oh right, if you take damage. I forgot. I thought it was only if you did damage.
Yeah, so
No.
rage is still active.
Yeah, so you're still raging, but your actions happen and your body comes back to you.
Okay.
So he's gonna come up again. Because you're on the ground, he's comes up from the sweep, and he's gonna come down for an axe kick on you. That is like a 26 or 27.
Mm-hmm.
11 down to 5 points as he slams down in your gut. And he's gonna kind of lift himself up, and he's gonna come down with almost like a Superman punch to your face. Double 15, so that brings it to 23.
Yep.
11 down to 5 again. And that's his turn.
Okay. So at this point, I'm going to get up because I was on the ground, and it doesn't matter exactly like how I hit him. It's always going to do 1d4, right? So like I don't actually have to hit. I could like kick or like elbow. It's still going to be 1d4, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna like grab him, and I'm gonna go for like 2 headbangs.
Okay. So, are you trying to?
Oh, and no, I'm not trying to grapple him. I'm just wanting to do it for flavor. I'm not trying to actually hold him in place. I just want to like hit him with my head.
Okay. All right. So you grab him. You go in for the first attack.
And reckless.
Yep. That hits. Okay. That also hits. So you do the very stereotypical movie double headbutt.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright, so that one's 8, and then because of Necrotic Shroud, it's going to do an additional 6 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
It's
So-
only on the first hit, though.
That's okay. Alright. So he looks a little dazed, seeing you there. So he's gonna like step back and he's gonna use the dodge action, just patient defense, and it's just gonna wait for you.
Okay.
So it's your turn again.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing, but this time I'm gonna go for a punch and a kick.
All right.
Reckless.
Hits. Let's see if it crits. Yep.
That was a
Natural.
natural 20 on that one.
Nice.
So I'm not even gonna roll on the second one. So it's gonna be /R 1d4 plus 5 plus 6
All right.
plus 4.
6. And just roll an extra d4 as well.
Do I need to add 1d4 plus
just
4? Okay.
yeah, it's just 4. Yeah. So. It's 11, and then he's looking rough. He's starting to wobble a little bit, and like that critical, just slamming him in the head with your fist. It's just it seemed to do something. It broke the concentration he had before. He's looking rough.
That is me turn.
All right. He's gonna go for, he like hardens himself and just spits out a little bit of blood. And he's gonna go for 2 strikes against you. And because you reckless, he has advantage.
Yep.
That is a 19.
That hits.
Alright. So that was for the first one, and the second one, it's like a 27 or something like that.
Yeah.
So the first one is 6 down to 3. And the second, 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 down to 6.
Ooh.
Alright. It's your turn.
I'm gonna try to come up with my knee, try to knee him in the gut, and then I'm gonna try to if I do land that hit, I'm gonna go and try to give him like a side sweep across the face.
Okay.
Reckless.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
I'm just gonna say, how do you want to do this?
Yeah! Alright, so just like I said, I'm going to come up to him and I'm going to knee him in the gut. And as he bends over, like, ugh, the moment I see his head, like, lean forward, I'm just gonna come across and I just want to connect to his right cheek and smash him into the ground.
Alright. So as you do that, you connect with him the first one, and then he loses his balance, and you drop him to the second one, and he lands flat on his face, and he like lifts his head, and then it drops. And you're standing there, victorious.
I just scream out in rage, and then after a couple breaths, I'm going to drop Necrotic Shroud, and I'm gonna pick up the dude who's on the ground. You fought very well. One more
He's-
turn, and you would have had me.
He's just limping in your arms.
Oh,
He's unconscious.
I'm just gonna lean him up against something. Just like, there you go.
Alright, so you lean him up against the side post. Alright. Alrighty. Who else is still awake? I'm just saying.
I'm here.
Okay. I just wanted to see. It doesn't sound like we're very awake, so I'm just gonna say that's the end of the session tonight.
Yeah, am I bed?
Oh, she went to bed? Okay. So,
Yeah, but, like she was falling asleep in the chair, so I told her to go to bed.
okay. Yeah, I figured. Because Rachel's asleep too. I figured, so. Alright. Well, so Gundor and Alvar, you guys are fighting. Gundor, you are victorious for your round. Leah is in the middle of the Calicophora Maxima Library in a very
Asleep.
dark room behind a gate that was put there for a reason. Xiao is in her room concocting various chemicals. And Zaris, you're chasing down a bounty hunter. Or you're bounty
I'm the
hunting.
bounty hunter.
Yeah, you're the bounty hunter chasing down a pickpocket. So that's where we're gonna end tonight's session. So, alrighty.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yep. Thank you.
If you enjoyed the stream, subscribe and follow, and have a good night.